Hello and welcome to another HO Scale video. This is a starter kit. A starter kit is going to be miles different to a starter set. A starter set often has an engine, either freight cars or coaches, track, and a power pack. And I'm going to be honest, that's good. But you want to expand it. You want to branch it out a little bit. How do you do that? Well, with these starter kits. A lot of people interchange starter set and starter kit. A starter set will be what I just said: an engine, some freight cars or coaches, a loop, a track, and a power pack. But a starter kit is going to be something that's going to help jumpstart the railroad a lot more. This is where you're going to be looking into things like maybe you want a caboose, a tanker, some kind of hopper, aggregate, covered, whatever, gondola, flatbed, boxcar, and a locomotive of some kind. Or you have friends who are insane and they get you a spread like this. Now, there are two kinds of starter kits. Ones I like to call the blind bag starter kit, and what I like to call the self-made blind bag. Self-made blind bag is what you see here. I picked the engine, the SD50. I picked the 4 flat cars, this container, these 2 tankers, this hopper aggregate car, this hopper, this box car, these 2 gondolas, and the caboose. But a blind bag like what your friend makes, sometimes it'll be an engine. It could be an engine, like 3 freight cars, a small set of coaches, and a brake van of some kind. Caboose, whatever you want to call it. If you're in the UK, wagons, coaches, brake van, and locomotive. And oftentimes, these things will jumpstart a railroad you wanted to do. A lot of times people will say, oh, I just grabbed these because, well, why not? And before you know it, the guy's got his railroad already planned out. It's a short line, it's under the common carriers law, you name it. You're done. You're good to go. Other people use these to jumpstart into, like, what they would say is their bread and butter traffic. Sometimes I've seen a starter kit that was nothing but these. I think this is this is an AAR box car. Not a Pullman Standard box car. Not a Pullman Standard PS-1, but I have seen a freight train. I've seen a kit made up by a friend of mine, for another friend of mine, that was 2 SD50s, 20 box cars, a caboose, an RS3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 random cars. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9 random cars, and another caboose. And it jump-started his love of regional railroads. Mine's a short line, and sometimes a kit like this will be much better because you get that nice little spread. Think of it like the cheese board of model railroading. You get this cool little spread of various freight cars. Sometimes I've seen a kit where it is... This is 10 freight cars. I've seen it where it's like flat car, gondola, boxcar, hopper, tanker, cattle car, like center beam log car, well car for like transporting containers. What other crazy freight cars? Refrigerator, and if you can find them, a steak car. But that's the thing. This hobby is all about mixing and matching. A lot of people want to just stay the same. They want to see. It's like what you see on the main line. They want to shrink it down and make it into HO or N or G or O or whatever. But a good starter kit. Back to what I was saying. A good starter kit will always have a good spread of freight cars, a good engine, and will always have a caboose. Well, let me rephrase that. I've seen starter kits where it's been stuff like this, where it's just been that. 10 cars, a load, that's it. I've seen starter kits like that, where it's an engine and a caboose. I've seen a starter kit. This is a starter kit I once had. A friend of mine who loves the Milwaukee, he got a starter kit that was an SD35, like 15 different Milwaukee Road freight cars, a Milwaukee caboose, a couple of Milwaukee switch engines. One had a small set of coaches, one had a small set of random freight cars. And that kick-started his love of the Milwaukee. So a starter kit like this, I'm going to tell you right now, this was about $400. And I got this at Tammy's Hobbies. Tammy's and Whistle Stop are the two hobby shops I would recommend in Oregon. Whistle Stop is all trains, all the day. Tammy's, they do like aircraft and everything, but they do have a decent selection of trains. I would always recommend using either place for good starter kits. And I'm going to tell you right now, something like this, sometimes people get lucky and find more cars that they want to add on. Try going to a swap meet and pick up random freight cars that are going to be just good at a starter kit. Now, let me do this. Starter kits are not the end-all and be-all of a railroad. They are not the end-all and be-all of your hobby. They are not the end-all and be-all that you think they are. A starter kit like this is also known as a diving kit. A diving kit, or starter kit, or whatever you want to call it, is a good way to get you going into the hobby. Something like this, now, in 8 years' time, could lead to something where you have that box, all of that, and everything you see here. Plus, those boxes down there. And that box right there, those cars right there, that right there, and yeah. But that is a starter kit, its end point. Or not really an end point, but it is a satisfaction point, if you will. But that doesn't mean that a starter kit's going to be for everyone. People will trade starter kits away. People will pick and choose what they want to keep, and the rest goes to, like, either friends or family or whatever. So, now what? Well, I'm going to put this together. Put this on the layout in there, and then I'm going to run it around for a bit. Kind of show you what it does, how it works, how it behaves, and then I might try a conclusion. So I'll see you after the running session. Bye. So, in conclusion of what I was talking about with these brand new kind of unique-ish starter kits like this, that they add just so much more charm to the railway. And in fact, well, I set my camera here to get a couple of really clever run-by shots of it. In a set like this, where you can actually see all the cars and engine, even though, yeah, the camera's a little close, I think that, in all honesty, what we have and what people can make out of this is something worth exploring. Because you can get fancily creative with this stuff. How fancily creative? I've seen starter kits that use state car, a flat car like that, a trash car, a big box car like this guy, a couple of these like trailer train cars, a box car, gondolas, covered hoppers, a cattle car over there, those kind of trailer cars, cement or like center beam cars, a tanker, caboose, coal car, works cars, stuff like this, reefers, coil cars. It's all up to you what you want. Now, when I say that I would recommend having at least doing a 1-to-1 ratio, one letting your friends pick it, and one where you pick everything, it's gonna come out a lot better, because I feel like every surprise that you're gonna get with something like what I'm showing off right now, where I picked it myself, you're gonna have somebody who's gonna pick maybe these two buddies, these two Jeep 38-2s, with some of the stock you see here. You might get, U50, GP9, GP or RS11, GP40X. You might get a Hudson, Mountain, Northern, my big Challenger, little steam switcher, little 210, this little HH660, the SDL39, CF7, GP35, whatever. It's a model railway. It's yours to do whatever you want. And as you can see with mine, those cars are going to be added into this mix, but they add just so much more charm. And think about it. I have those two Gons over there, plus all those guys right there. 5-car Gon train. Or 5-car container train using gondolas. But all in all, whatever you want to do with your hobby, you can do. Whatever engine you like, whatever freight car you like, whatever coach you want to see on your route, whatever truck, whatever vehicle, whatever anything you want to see, you have it right there. You can see that despite things like me having Dash 8s and stuff, the 50 is going to be a providing link to the main line. And in all honesty, I love it. Great engine, great everything. I leave it at that. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.